Outside Miradero, a mystery unfurls. A ghostly voice performs a song from Frozen 2. And in the middle of the horse clan, a passed out girl. Can they save her before Disney sues? Leaving Smoke the horse clan leader an IOU for one plot significant lass. The pals take the girl to be tended to, but can they uncover her past? What adventures will this girl incite for the pals? I wonder what they will do. What copyrighted songs will excite and arouse? We'll find out in Chapter 2. But first, if you have fanfictions that make you facepalm, or fan art for those we've read through, Fanfic Night at orderoftheleague.com is where you can send them to. For this is Fanfiction Theater, a celebration of writings naive, in all of their foibles, their flaws, and their unintentional hilarity.
Chapter 2. Waking Up. It was early morning in the It was early morning in the Prescott house, and in the guest room, the mystery girl was breathing hard. Uh-oh. She was also tossing and turning in her sleep as she was having another nightmare about what had happened to her.
It's in italics for a while here. Are we in the nightmare now?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I can't wait to see the new exhibit.
The girl said happily she was on a class trip.
Stick together now.
The teacher told them. The class went to see the new Wild West exhibit, and the mystery girl was excited.
Must be like home for you.
A boy said to the girl. Everyone was chatting happily about what it was like during the times of cowboys living in the Wild West, like in Miradero back then. Suddenly, the lights went out, and the alarm started going off.
What's happening?
The girl asked in fear. Everyone was scared. The teacher tried to calm the kids' fears, but soon they heard shooting.
Everyone, we have to go!
The teacher told her students. They ran from the Wild West exhibit as the
Westworld? What's going on?
Or is it the Wild Wild West? In the Wild Wild West, in the Wild. Got closer, but one boy tripped, so the girl ran back to help him back up.
It's getting closer!
The boy said in fear. The girl looked up and saw a man.
Get out of here!
The girl told the boy. She pushed him. The man took out his gun and aimed it at the boy and girl.
Both?
Oh no. They were like...
It's like a shaking gun hand.
She pushed him closer.
Nighty night, kiddies.
The man said with an evil glint in his eyes and a smirk.
Not happening!
The girl shouted in anger. She pushed the boy into the next room, but sadly, BAM! The man let loose another bullet. The girl's head had been grazed by it, and that was enough to put her in a daze.
Yeah.
Libby!
The boy's scared voice rang out. She fell to her knees. The nightmare ended as the girl, now known as Libby, bolted up, then promptly fell out of the bed. Thud! She'd landed on her head, which hurt.
That was bad.
Libby whispered to herself. She then looked around the room.
Am I in my room? How did I get here?
Libby thought in confusion. Just then the door opened.
You're awake!
A soft voice said happily. Libby looked up and saw a girl her age standing in the doorway smiling.
Hi.
Libby said shyly. The girl smiled.
Fortuna Prescott, but everyone calls me Lucky.
Lucky told Libby. She smiled a little ill lucky.
My name is Libby.
Libby replied shyly. Lucky then helped Libby up and explained what happened yesterday, which shocked Libby greatly. Just then, a man's voice called Lucky down for breakfast.
We'd better go.
Lucky said to Libby. She followed closely behind Lucky as she was nervous. Thought she was Libby. As they went downstairs, Libby noticed that Lucky looked like her, only with beautiful green eyes, while Libby had sparkling...
Libby looked like Lucky. Lucky looked Libby's...
While Libby had sparkling blue eyes.
Lemon lollipops.
Once the girls made to the dining room, Libby hid behind Lucky.
Is everything okay?
Jim asked her. Lucky happily smiled back at him.
To introduce you three to Libby.
Lucky said happily. Her family was confused.
Libby?
Kate asked her. Libby slowly came out.
Hello?
Libby greeted shyly. Jim and Kate smiled in relief since they had been worried.
It's nice to meet you, Libby.
Kate said with a smile. Lucky introduced Libby to her dad, stepmom, and baby sister Polly.
It's nice to meet you all.
Libby said sincerely. She was a little nervous. Soon
Something happened.
Soon the five settled down and ate This is the OC saying hi to everybody in the world. This is so fucking exciting, all right?
They're about to have breakfast. Keep reading.
What are they
Come here
having?
for the meals.
Soon the five settled down and ate breakfast.
Can Libby come with me to meet Prue and Abigail?
Lucky asked her parents. They thought about it.
I suppose that would be all right.
Jim replied to Lucky. The girl smiled.
Somewhat monotonous.
Just be careful, not get hurt.
Kate told them. Lucky and Libby agreed to that. After eating, the girls went to get... After eating, the girls went to get dressed. Kate told Libby that her clothes had been washed so she could wear them again today, which was good news. Lucky saw that Libby was wearing a white shirt with a red heart on it, blue pants and boots similar to hers, but they were black with blue flames instead.
Do you think she's drawn this somewhere on the internet?
Let's hope so. Also, so she's just wearing dirty underwear? That seems...
Do you like horses?
Lucky asked Libby, her eyes lit up.
I love horses.
Libby replied happily. This made Lucky happy since they'd be at the Ramada. What? Is the Ramada known for having horses there?
I don't know.
Soon, Lucky and Libby were outside where a wild stallion was waiting.
This is Spirit, and he's a wild Mustang.
Lucky told Libby she was in awe of them. Lucky told Libby how she and Spirit formed a bond of friendship.
Spitfire says Lucky and Libby are just two skins of the same character. I think
That's they're palette swaps. Come on, this is the best line of the whole chapter.
Yeah.
You're so lucky, Lucky.
Libby said sweetly. She and Lucky giggled at the pun she'd made. It was not a pun.
You're so liberal, Libby.
Spirit could tell that Libby was a good human, just like his girl, so he allowed her to ride on him with Lucky since they were getting along nicely with each other. I thought it was Lucky who thought that, not Spirit, and so good human seemed really weird. After a few minutes, the girls and Spirit made to Prue's house where she and Abigail were waiting for them.
Abigail's like an airhead, kind of, but like totally innocent, naive.
Prue, she's awake.
Abigail,
Okay, that's good.
Abigail shouted happily. Prue looked to see Lucky and the mystery girl standing together.
I see that.
Prue replied with a smile. She and Abigail introduced themselves to the girl.
I'm Libby. Nice to meet you.
Libby replied shyly. The girls talked and were happy to learn that Libby was interested in the same things as they were.
If we're going riding today, you'll need a horse. I'm sorry, was that too good?
Such judgment in that for some reason. Abigail told Libby she was thankful to be included.
You're thankful to be included.
Yeah.
I don't have a horse, though.
Libby replied sadly.
Isn't that sad and poor of you?
Prue got an idea, then went to ask her dad something and came back smiling.
Sir. Dad said you could choose a horse to have.
Prue told Libby she smiled.
Any horse in this bin.
Any horse in any of the rooms at the Ramada. The four girls
it comes
went.
with the room. It's a nice place.
The four girls went into the barn, saw tons of new horses, but one mare in particular caught Libby's eye.
Is that a Shagya Arabian mare?
Libby asked Prue. No, that's a Honda Accord, idiot.
Yeah, she is.
Prue answered. She was impressed as Libby went up to the pure black mare with blue highlights.
She's beautiful.
Libby said, and
She's yours.
Al's voice rang out. The girls looked at him.
She's been tough to break, but seems that she like you.
Al told Libby. She smiled happily. Libby thanked him before he left.
Oh, goodbye. Goodbye, I guess.
What are you gonna name her?
Abigail asked Libby. She petted her new horse.
Storm Dancer.
Libby answered her. The newly dubbed Storm Dancer whinnied happily.
She loves it.
Lucky said with a laugh. Libby, Prue, and Abigail laughed with her since it was true.
Time for that ride.
Prue announced cheerfully. She and Abigail got Chica Linda and Boomerang ready while Lucky and Libby got on Spirit and Storm Dancer. Spirit was happy to have another wild horse in the group because he could relate to her. And Storm Dancer was happy to have some new friends by her side. The pals showed Libby and Storm Dancer around town so they wouldn't get lost, even if it was a small town, but it made the new friends happy nonetheless.
Oh, a snobby voice.
Now we have a snobby voice, yeah. Another one?
A snobby voice called out. The four girls stopped.
Who's that?
Libby asked Prue. She frowned at the red-headed girl who was looking at them.
That's Maricela. She's the mayor's daughter and a total snob.
Prue answered. Maricela circled Libby and Storm Dancer. She sized them up for some reason.
I see another girl who loves riding these filthy horses.
Maricela said, with a sneer. Libby blinked, then glared at the redhead, which surprised her for a moment.
It's the redhead. It's like the black. It's like the black spot.
So the snob doesn't like riding horses?
No.
It's
No.
a very topsy-turvy world
Yeah.
here.
This is true. Maricela does not ride horses. She rides a bicycle as fast as horses. They go on horse
Sure.
rides, and she rides alongside them on
My
a
bicycle
Just to
doesn't poop
taunt them,
everywhere.
or
No, she's nice. She wants to be a part of their group. They're just like very
Okay.
judgmental about her.
What are we going to be then? The
Okay.
Palms? We can't be the Palms, Maricela.
That's that's the joke. She always says, "Oh, Palms," and they're like, "You're not part of it. We hate you."
Seriously?
Yes.
Wow.
Why aren't I writing children's television? That's the question.
Yeah.
Begs to be answered.
Spitfire says, so they found this girl unconscious in the desert, but so far nobody has asked, hey, who are you? Why were you passed out surrounded by horses?
Why do you look like me except
Sure.
with different eye color? Where are your parents?
So who's the
These are
real
great
snob?
questions.
Exactly.
She's like Neil Breen. They just found her in the desert and started worshiping her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's wrong with riding horses?
Libby asked her. This made Maricela list a number of reasons why it was bad.
So, you're a chicken?
Libby asked with a smirk. Maricela stopped mid-sentence.
What did you say?
You son of a bitch. Maricela asked icily. The pals looked at Libby in wonder since they wanted to see where this would go. See how this plays out.
Oh.
They don't need to prove it. She just has a bunch of reasons. Whatever. She's got him. Okay.
You're too scared to ride a horse, so that's why you think they're awful.
Libby,
There's a reason.
Libby explained. Maricela was speechless, so she turned around and stormed off. Prue was laughing at that.
You got it good.
Prue said with a laugh. She was liking
Yeah.
Libby more by the second.
She really needs to get over herself.
Libby replied. Abigail and Lucky shook their heads.
At least she'll leave us alone now.
Abigail said helpfully. She was just happy
Yeah.
things didn't escalate into something worse.
Lucky?
Continue.
What a weirdly prophetic line. We should continue. The flesh
They
harvest shall not
stepped away
wait.
from the cliff.
Lucky told her friends they went on with the tour until noon, so they took a break for lunch at Abigail's house and had sandwiches. Snips, Abigail's little brother, wanted to hang out with them, but since he was grounded, that wouldn't be happening, and the girls were happy about that.
I am too. I hate Snips.
Snips is my favorite character so far. The pals took Libby and Storm Dancer out to the creek so they could relax in the sun while they talked so they could get to know each other better. Libby was so relaxed that the whole setting reminded her of a lullaby that she used to sing to some of the younger kids from her school to calm them down. Now begin playing Athena's song from The Little Mermaid, Ariel's beginning.
Oh, how the waves roll low and the waves roll high. And so it goes under a blue, endless sky. Waves try to measure the days that we treasure. Wave hello and wave goodbye.
I think you gotta get really sad on that last line.
Wave hello and wave goodbye.
At the end of the song, Libby saw that her new friends were smiling at her.
That was pretty.
Abigail said with a smile. Libby smiled and thanked her. Soon the four girls headed back to town since the sun was starting to set.
So what do you think of Miradero?
Prue asked Libby. She hoped Libby likes it here.
I think I'm gonna like it here.
Libby answered with a smile. The pals smiled at her answer, and Storm Dancer snorted in agreement with her new human friend. The four friends went back to their houses, with Libby following Lucky since she was staying with the Prescotts until she could figure out to what happened. Once inside the house, Jim introduced Libby to his sister Cora. She was delighted to meet Libby as she was a nice young girl and so far a good friend to Lucky. That, in Cora's mind, was a good thing since it meant that her niece had another girl to hang out with alongside Prue and Abigail since the four of them got along. You know, it's like the first chapter, I was like, oh, there is actually a mystery here. This is kind of cool. We're going to like, this is, you know, it's going to,
Yeah.
I mean, like the
Suspects.
horrible grammar or whatever is going to make it fun, but it's not just like, hey, let's introduce you to everyone in the friggin' show. Today had been a great day for Libby since she got a new horse and made some new friends that were human and horses. It made Libby extremely happy.
Centaurs?
They're human.
Who's the horses?
Horseman.
New chapter done.
Spoilers.
I don't own the song in this chapter, but I do own Storm Dancer. Please review and no flames.
Okay, well, we're past 8 o'clock here, so we had a good day because we made some friends that were humans and horses.
A lot of introductions.